So the periodic table questions from classified paper. The first one is about the copper in element 29 in the periodic. Brass contain copper, name other metal which is there. You can annotate on the screen, you can use chat, you can also use mic. Brass is an alloy of copper and zinc. And state the term which we use for a mixture of the metal we call alloy. Then copper can be stretched into wire and copper wires conduct electricity. Name the properties of a metal which they can be stretched into wire. So we say ductile, not malleable. Malleable means hammer into shape. This malleable, when we say malleable, it means we can hammer them into shape. So the property which we need should be ductile. Can be stretched or can deform under compression or under tensile. Then name the particle responsible for conduction of electricity in a solid copper. So solid metal conduct because of the delocalized electron. Ductile is a right term. Ductility is a property. Ductile is a right term when it's a noun, so you use that. Copper is a transition element. Physical properties, high density, and chemical properties form colored compound. One other physical property of a transition metal, they have high melting point or melting temperature. State other chemical property. What is another chemical property? Which is not label listed above, so that can be used as a catalyst or unreactive, less reactive you can mention. They can be used as a catalyst or catalytical activity is there, that's fine. In part D, hydrated copper 2 sulfate is a colored compound. It exists as a hydrated crystals which contain water molecule. State the term given to a water molecules present in a hydrated salt. What we call? The specific name, we call them as water of crystallization. State the color of the hydrated copper 2 sulfate. What is the color of hydrated copper 2 sulfate? Blue. Write the formula for hydrated copper 2 sulfate. So CuSO4 dot 5H2O. Good. Then in part E, CuSO4 dot 5H2O, it's a formula for the hydrated. Just a minute, let me scroll down. We have, this is part E. Copper 2 oxide is formed when copper 2 nitrate is heated. State the class of oxide in which the copper 2 oxide belongs to. Because it's a metal oxide, so metal oxides are also known as the basic oxides. State the meaning of the Roman 2 in the name of copper 2 oxide. What is this Roman 2 stands for? So this is called oxidation state, valency of the metal line. Oxidation state is also, it's a more appropriate term rather than valency. Because like valency changes, it's fine if you write valency, it's not wrong. We have 0.02 moles of copper 2 nitrate heated, calculate the mass of, so how to work out the mass? We have moles equal mass in gram divided by the molar mass. So moles are 0.02, mass in gram unknown, molar mass. How to work out the molar mass? You have to use your periodic table. Copper is 64 or 65, 63.5 you can use. Nitrogen is 14 multiplied by 2. And oxygen is 16 multiplied by 3 multiplied by 2, 6. So 16 times 6 makes 96. 96 plus 28, that will make 124. And 124 plus 64. So 188. Yeah. And then 188, this one. So 0.02 times 188, we get the mass in gram, which is 3.76. Sorry, 37 point. It is 0.02, so it should be 3.76, not 37. This is correct because the moles were 0.02. It was, if it was 0.2, then it will be 37. Then we need the next part, we need the total volume of gases or gas. So see here, nitrogen is a gas and oxygen is also a gas. And the mole ratio and the volume ratio is always same. So I can take a mole ratio. Like here, if you see, the ratio between copper nitrate and nitrogen dioxide is 2:4. And the ratio between copper nitrate and oxygen is 2:1. So first I will find the moles of nitrogen dioxide. Then I will find the moles of oxygen and I will add to get the total moles of the gas. And the total moles of the gas multiplied by the molar volume, which is 24 decimeter cube. So first we'll find the moles of nitrogen dioxide. So the ratio between copper nitrate and nitrogen dioxide is 2:4. So if 2:4, how many are there? 0.02. So this will be x. Cross multiply. So 0.02 multiplied by 4 will be 0.08 divided by 2. So it will be 0.04 will be there. These are the moles of nitrogen dioxide. Then we'll again use the same mole ratio between the copper nitrate and oxygen. Copper 2 nitrate and oxygen, the ratio is 2:1. So if we have 0.02, then this will be x. We cross multiply. So it will be 0.01. So the moles of oxygen are 0.01, moles of nitrogen dioxide 0.04. So total moles of the gas will be 0.05. And this 0.05 multiplied by the molar volume, which is 24. So when we multiply, we get 1.2 decimeter cube. So because the question was total volume of a gas, that's why we work out the moles of each gas. And then we add, because the type of the gas does not affect its volume. The volume of the gas depends on its moles, not the type of the gas. So equal, like if we have equal moles of all identical gases, standard temperature, they will occupy the same volume. The powdered aluminium reduces copper to oxide. Write a symbol equation for this. So powdered aluminium, we have aluminium because it's a metal, so we write Al. Copper 2 oxide reduces copper 2 oxide means, what is the formula of copper 2 oxide? Copper valency is +2 and oxygen belongs to group 6, so -2. So copper oxide will be CuO. And as a result, it will produce, because it reduced, so it means oxygen will be removed. It will produce aluminium oxide. So what will the formula for aluminium oxide? Aluminium is +3 and oxygen is -2. So aluminium oxide will be Al2O3 plus the copper will be removed. Then we have to balance this equation. When we start balancing, we start with oxygen. So here 3 oxygen. So oxygen is balanced. Then 2 aluminium are there. We put 2. So aluminium is also balanced. Then copper at the last 3. So copper is also balanced. So this is a balance equation. Whenever you write a chemical symbolic equation, is first thing, write the correct reactant and the product. And the second thing is the balancing. So for combustion equation, the order should be carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen. But other equation like acid reaction or displacement reaction, it should be oxygen, hydrogen, and any other element. Is it clear, this one?